As we get older, the one thing that quietly determines our independence is our legs. They carry us, support us, and keep us moving through every part of life. But for many seniors, that strength begins to fade faster than expected. You start to notice it first on the stairs. A little extra effort, a little more heaviness. Getting out of bed feels slower, walks get shorter, and soon, even standing for long periods feels tiring. It's easy to blame aging, arthritis, or lack of exercise, but what if something as simple as the fruit you eat every day was part of the problem? I'm Dr. Nancy Weller, and what I'm about to share might surprise you. Some of the very fruits that seniors have been told for decades are healthy can, in reality, be silently breaking down muscle fibers, inflaming joints, and draining the strength from your legs one bite at a time. You see, not all fruits are created equal, especially for older adults. The fruits that were perfectly fine in your 30s or 40s may no longer be the right choice after 60. That's because your metabolism changes dramatically with age. Your body becomes less efficient at processing sugars, less tolerant of fructose, and more sensitive to inflammation. The problem isn't that fruit is bad, but that certain fruits are dangerously high in sugar and low in fiber. They deliver a quick burst of sweetness and then leave behind a storm of insulin spikes, inflammation, and oxidative stress that slowly eat away at your muscle health and energy. Over time, that sugar overload sabotages circulation, stiffens blood vessels, and robs your legs of the oxygen and nutrients they need to stay strong. I've had countless patients come to me confused. They walk every day, eat healthy, and still feel their legs growing weaker. When I ask about their diet, they proudly mention morning smoothies, fruit bowls, and juice, thinking they're doing the right thing. But when I look closer, I find the same culprits over and over again. Bananas, grapes, pineapples, mangoes, and other tropical fruits that are loaded with fructose. The truth is, your body after 60 can't handle that sugar load the same way it used to. Instead of turning it into clean energy, your cells start converting it into fat and inflammation. Let's take bananas, for example. Everyone thinks of them as the perfect health food, full of potassium and easy to digest. But one medium banana contains about 14 grams of sugar and barely any fiber to slow it down. For a younger person with a fast metabolism, that's fine. For an older adult, it causes a sharp spike in blood sugar, followed by an insulin surge that leads to fatigue and inflammation. Those swings also reduce blood flow to your extremities, including your legs, making your muscles feel weaker and heavier. Over time, the repeated cycle of spikes and crashes triggers what's known as glycation, where sugar molecules attach to muscle tissue and make it stiff and fragile. Once that happens, it becomes much harder to rebuild muscle, even if you're exercising regularly. Then there's grapes, small, sweet, and seemingly innocent, but they're one of the highest sugar fruits you can eat. A handful of grapes can carry more than 20 grams of sugar, almost as much as a candy bar. They digest so fast that your blood sugar jumps within minutes. That constant rise and fall is devastating for circulation, especially in your legs where blood flow is already slower with age. The tiny blood vessels that feed your muscles and nerves begin to harden and narrow, which is why so many seniors experience leg cramps, tingling, or swelling. What feels like weakness is often the result of those vessels losing their flexibility, a silent side effect of too much sugar from healthy fruits. Pineapple is another fruit that looks harmless, but can wreak havoc on aging muscles. It's incredibly high in natural sugar and very acidic. While it does contain vitamin C and enzymes that can help digestion, its acidity and sugar content make it a poor choice for older adults struggling with inflammation or joint pain. I've seen many patients who complain about knee stiffness or soreness in the morning and don't realize their nightly pineapple dessert is part of the problem. The acid can irritate tissues, and the sugar drives inflammation deeper into the joints and muscles. When your legs feel sore or stiff without reason, this is often the hidden cause. Mangoes fall into the same trap. They're delicious, but their sweetness comes with a high glycemic load, meaning they push your blood sugar levels up very quickly. That spike doesn't just affect your energy, it accelerates muscle breakdown. Your muscles depend on stable insulin levels to absorb amino acids, the building blocks of strength. When insulin swings up and down like a roller coaster, your muscles are starved of nutrients, no matter how much protein you eat. Over time, this weakens your legs and causes you to lose endurance. Many seniors notice they can walk shorter distances before needing to rest, or they get tired more easily climbing stairs. It's not just aging, it's cellular fatigue caused by poor nutrient delivery and inflammation. Watermelon is another deceptive fruit. It's hydrating, yes, but it's also nearly pure sugar water. The glycemic index of watermelon is extremely high, which means it floods your bloodstream quickly. That sudden surge of sugar triggers inflammation and oxidative stress in your arteries, especially those that feed your legs. The result is reduced blood flow, muscle fatigue, and eventually, weakness. Over time, this can even lead to neuropathy, that numb, tingling sensation many seniors experience in their feet and calves. When I see that symptom, I always ask about diet, and more often than not, the person has been eating watermelon daily in the summer, thinking it's good for hydration. Then there's oranges. Everyone associates oranges with vitamin C and immunity, but most don't realize how acidic and sugary they really are. For seniors who have slower metabolism and lower stomach acid, this combination can be inflammatory. The acid can cause subtle swelling in the joints and tendons, especially in the knees and ankles, while the sugar adds to insulin spikes. Drinking orange juice is even worse. It strips away all the fiber, leaving behind pure fructose. A single glass can contain as much sugar as several cookies. Over time, this leads to fat deposits in your muscles and liver, making you feel sluggish and weak. Dried fruits, such as raisins, dates, or dried cranberries, are perhaps the worst offenders. Because they're dehydrated, the sugars are concentrated to extreme levels. Just a small handful can equal the sugar of a full-sized candy bar. The problem is, seniors often snack on them thinking they're a healthy alternative to sweets. But those sugars quickly overload your system, leading to chronic inflammation and tissue damage. This kind of slow-burning inflammation is what doctors call invisible aging. It doesn't cause immediate pain, but over months and years, it quietly destroys the proteins that give your muscles flexibility and strength. The legs, being the largest muscle group in your body, suffer the most from this silent breakdown. When you combine all these factors, high sugar intake, inflammation, poor circulation, your muscles lose power, coordination, and endurance. That's why seniors who eat large amounts of these fruits often complain of heavy legs, swelling, or sudden fatigue after short walks. They may even notice balance problems or increased stiffness after sitting for long periods. These are not random aging symptoms. They're metabolic warning signs that your body is struggling to manage sugar. The good news is, once you eliminate or limit these fruits, your body begins to repair itself. Blood sugar stabilizes, inflammation drops, and muscle cells start absorbing nutrients again. Many of my patients have reported feeling stronger and lighter within just a few weeks of changing their diet. One of my patients, Margaret, age 72, had been eating a heart-healthy diet full of fruit salads and smoothies. She walked daily, but couldn't understand why her legs felt weaker each month. After cutting out high-sugar fruits and focusing on lower-sugar options like berries, green apples, and kiwi, She noticed improvement within 2 weeks. Her swelling reduced, her energy increased, and her balance improved. Her case wasn't unique. It's a pattern I've seen again and again. Once the sugar burden drops, the body restores circulation and muscle response remarkably quickly, even at 70 or 80 years old. So what should seniors focus on instead? Fruits that support muscle health rather than sabotage it. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries are ideal. They're low in sugar and packed with antioxidants that fight inflammation. Green apples provide fiber that helps stabilize blood sugar, while kiwi offers vitamin C without the acid overload. Avocado, though technically a fruit, is one of the best for seniors. It's low in sugar and high in potassium and healthy fats that support muscle and nerve function. When you make these swaps, your energy stabilizes, and your legs begin to feel stronger and more responsive. It's not about cutting fruit out of your life, it's about choosing the ones that work with your body, not against it. It's also crucial to understand that your legs are not just muscles. They're an entire system of blood vessels, nerves, and connective tissue working together. When sugar intake is high, each part of that system suffers. Sugar stiffens blood vessels, damages nerves, and disrupts the collagen matrix that keeps muscles elastic. Once you lower your sugar intake, the body can start rebuilding those networks. Blood flow improves, oxygen delivery increases, and muscle cells regain their strength. That's why the changes feel so noticeable. You're not just reducing inflammation, you're literally allowing your muscles to breathe again. The message I want every senior to take away is this: you have more control over your leg strength than you think. Aging doesn't automatically mean losing mobility. It means paying attention to what your body needs and what it no longer tolerates well. The same fruits that once gave you energy can now drain it if you're not careful. The beautiful part is that change happens quickly. Within weeks of switching to lower sugar, high antioxidant fruits, your circulation can improve, your muscles can regain tone, and your legs can feel lighter and more stable. If you've noticed that your legs feel tired, heavy, or weaker lately, it's worth taking a closer look at your fruit bowl. You may find that the problem isn't your age, it's your diet. Reducing just a few of these sugary, high glycemic fruits could transform how your body feels day to day. Your legs will thank you for it. They'll carry you farther, longer, and with more confidence. Remember, your body never stops adapting. Even after 60, it's still capable of rebuilding strength, improving circulation, and restoring balance. You just have to give it the right fuel, and that starts with knowing which foods help you heal and which ones hold you back. The fruits that hurt you most are often the ones that look the most innocent. Be smart, be selective, and your body will reward you with strength that lasts well into your later years.